Hey guys, it's DJ at Bullseye Marksman Gun Club. So when we go through our classes, especially my classes, when we learn all the basics of operating the firearm, unloading, loading, malfunctions, those type of things, we disable the gun so it can't fire, no ammo in the classroom. We find a safe direction and we dry fire or practice with the gun with no ammunition. We still don't point the gun at anyone. We don't do anything unsafe. We treat the gun as if it's loaded, but it is disabled, and we're doing that in a safe manner. That way, before you go out on the range, we've really worked through some of the things that we need to practice when we come to the range, which is not just standing out there blasting, wasting time and money and building bad habits. We get on the track of building good habits. So I want you to find a natural stance, a good athletic stance, and knees aren't locked, and my nose is over my toes. And without going into a lot of detail, it doesn't take much to build this solid foundation. Then we want a good grip on the gun, a high 360 grip, and we coach you on a couple different ways to get it accomplished, but bottom line is you're trying to get leverage over the gun so it doesn't flip, and that's going to be a high grip, complete contact all the way around the gun, and we're going to sort of build or cinch that grip instead of just slapping it together. Now, once we have our stance and our grip, we're going to know which is our dominant eye, and it's going to present out beneath and up into that dominant eye. And it may be this other eye, but notice there's not a lot of difference between dominance of either eye. So I don't want to see a lot of bad habits that people develop because they're cross-dominant. Now, once we have our stance and our grip and we presented the gun up to the eye line, we didn't dip our head down, looking out the top of our eyes. That causes kind of a parallax and strain to the eyes. What we're doing is a natural position, bringing the gun up to the eyes. Now, when it's safely on target, we're going to bring our finger in only when we're on target, and we're going to take up the slack. We're going to get a smooth trigger press straight to the rear. Notice my gun didn't move at all. Now, before it comes off target, my finger comes back out and I work back through the ready position. Now, we may be resetting the trigger and taking multiple shots, but what we're doing is we're planning the stance, the grip, the sights, the trigger, follow through. We're doing these core fundamentals on the range. Okay, out on the range, I've got a standard target. It's an FBI bottle with a couple of circles over the shoulders that are 2 inches in diameter. And I'm just going to fire 2 shots, fire 3 shots. You'll see that I've dialed in my recoil management a little bit better on this second string. And now I'm going to go to strong hand for that 2-inch circle on the right side. I could probably manage that recoil a little bit better, but I'm getting my hits. One of these support hand shots hit a couple inches low. It's still a good shot, but I can see that for as little practice as I've been getting, I'm pretty much good to go. No big problems. But now I want to work on a little precision shooting. I'm going to run this 1-inch squares sheet out there to 5 yards. You don't need to run it any further than that. Work on small targets, closer distance. Now, you can see that first shot, I can tell you right now, just by watching, I've missed that one a little bit. I got a little bit closer. And then I think by the third one, I sort of take a rest here, relax, start all over mentally, and then focus. And then I center punch it. So I'm back on track. And I'm taking each one of these shots as an individual exercise. You need to take your time. I think that you can see a little bit of movement in the gun there. I missed this 1-inch square on that one, but then I dialed back in and got the remaining one. So we'll take a look at the sheet. You pretty much see the same thing that I described, where I dialed in on the first 2, and by the third shot I was killing it. Then I lost focus right here, but then I got back on the horse and got hits all the way through the rest of the sheet. But I'm not satisfied, so I'm going to dry fire a little bit here, which means I'm going to prep the trigger, take up the slack, and get a really smooth press without moving the gun. I'm going to dry fire. Then I'll load the gun, try it again. So I'm going to run another sheet out there. And let me see if I can correct some of the problems that I had. So now you'll see I'm much more relaxed. And I'm going to center punch all of these. So, well, at least I'm going to hit all the 1-inch squares. So you've really got to slow down, stop listening to all the other shooters on the range, go at your own pace, and make sure you get the hits. It's all about getting these hits. You can always get faster later. You know, the speed comes, but right now I want to focus on fundamentals. Fundamentals. So we'll take a look at this sheet, see if I did a little bit better. I should have punched all of them. So I've got 9 shots. All of them hit or break the line on the 1-inch square. Pretty good stuff. I'm going to stop at that point. Now I'm going to test this by running this 4-inch circle on a 5-inch head. I'm going to run this out to 25 yards, which is 5 times farther. So I should be able to get about the same results. Notice the first couple of shots, or a couple of these shots, the gun flips up a little bit. Okay, see how my follow through is not really good? But notice how I dial it in, and I'm starting to control the gun a little bit better as that round leaves the gun. And this is a problem that I have from time to time, and we'll see the results. It's not perfect, but a perfect practice, you didn't try hard enough. But see how there's 2 rounds in the same hole above the head. That's where I didn't have a good follow through. But when I did, I easily hit that 4-inch. Clean up the range, I'm out of here, easy as that.